So imagine the world where people does not pay income tax or VAT. Can you imagine that? That's going to be my third episode about trying to bring some kind of ideas to you, to the people who will watch that, and just let you think about how the world would look like and how would you imagine it, whether you can or cannot imagine it. And maybe in the future we could actually try together implement some of those ideas if a lot of people will like it and a lot of people will actually be like, yes, we should do that. Maybe some of those ideas would be able to be implemented, but the group of the people obviously have to be big, so don't forget to follow me and maybe post it to your friends or wherever you want. The idea today is, like I say, imagine the world where people does not pay income tax or VAT, and the government, the communities are having money only from the taxes from the companies. And the companies are paying taxes on their progressive tax brackets. Therefore, the small companies pay less, the big companies pay more, which is obviously how it's supposed to be. And that will make sure that the wealth inequality also and the gap between poor and rich is much smaller, because the rich people will pay way more taxes, and those taxes, which is very important, like one of the very important points, is that those taxes are not paid from profits, are paid from the revenue. Therefore, it doesn't really incentivize to not have profits, because you don't pay taxes from the profits. And this is what a lot of companies right now does. They make sure that the profits are zero or very close to the zero, so they pay the least taxes. That's what large organizations, large companies are doing. They just make sure that they have a lot of different costs to minimize their profit and to pay less taxes, because they have a lot of lawyers, a lot of accountants that they can do that. Where the small companies doesn't have that kind of knowledge, that kind of possibilities, because they don't have money to actually hire all those people who could actually tell them what and how to do it. So yeah, if we could actually create the system where the small companies paying less taxes from profit, or if you are one person company, doesn't do any revenue, you don't pay any taxes. If you get, let's say, they're just numbers, if you get 200,000 in revenue, you pay, let's say, 1% of that. If you get to 1 million, you get 1.5%. If you get to, I don't know, 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion in revenue, you pay 5, 10, let's say 15% of taxes. And all of those taxes are going into the areas that the business is generating that revenue. So if, let's say, one big organization have branches in different cities, if, let's say, in London they generate a lot of revenue from the branches or from customers in London, that tax from that revenue in London goes to maintaining the public infrastructure, maintaining the public goods for London, and the same in different cities. So I would like to know, what do you think about that idea, because I think it could be kind of changing how everything really operates and whether actually people and the communities have money, because right now the budget is set up and whatever city needs more really gets more, and those who doesn't really need as much or could actually develop more if they would have more money, they don't get the money because it's not the priority, or the people who are there doesn't know people that are in power. So it's not very equal, it's not very systematic, and that way that I'm just proposing, that's just an idea, could be actually a change for, first of all, wealth inequality, and second of all, for actually making sure that the government have enough money for paying everything, and third of all, that the normal people have money as well, because they don't have to pay taxes or VAT. So I don't know, there are probably a lot of disadvantages of that idea, but for now I see way more advantages than disadvantages. So if you know, or if you can think about disadvantages, just post them over there. I'm more than happy to discuss them, and yeah, let's just chat. Thank you very much, and I see you tomorrow.